I'm now going to just go through the procurement opportunity management functionality. This allows procurement projects which require long negotiation with a vendor, for example purchase of complex goods like capital assets, to be managed within SAP Business One, or perhaps a tender process would come. This could be used quite nicely for too. The vendor opportunity allows you to manage procurement projects systematically, for example opportunity stages, so maybe requests for tender, tender documents received, shortlisted, etc. And we can also capture stakeholder information, so who at the vendor or supplier are we working with at each stage, for example. We can link attachments, so maybe the terms, procurements, details, etc. And the reporting provides the ability to analyse procurement opportunities. The benefits being we can reduce complexity in procurement processes and keep an overview of procurement activities. So we'll just go back into SAP Business One. And I'm just going to come into an opportunity, and I'm just going to go back to the last one. So we can see here that I've created an opportunity, and we now have two different options here for opportunity type, sales or purchasing. I've allocated this as a purchasing type opportunity. I've given it a name. I've also allocated a supplier. And I've filled in all the information that we're usually used to seeing in a standard opportunity. So for example, I can say when this purchasing opportunity is predicted to close in. So I'm going to say 90 days, and I can see the potential amount of this purchasing opportunity. So perhaps it's a tender for a project, and the project is worth £100,000 to whichever supplier wins that tender. If I just come onto the Stages tab, we can see that we have different stages available, which can be defined particularly as purchasing stages. So if I was to click in Define New, we can now see that all my opportunity stages set up are managed under one window, but we have the option to define them as either sales stages or purchasing stages, or perhaps both. So I'm just going to click OK. And I'm just going to add a new row. At the moment we can see the stages RFT, so perhaps request for tender, and we can see that I'm 10% the way through this particular tender management process. If I just come into data and add row, I can now select a new stage. I can say who is working on this stage within the company, and I can say that the request for tender has gone out and I've now received a tender from this particular supplier. I can, if I want to, I can select a particular document, so I can allocate this to a purchase or a quotation, and I can also add activities as well if I want to. So I'm just going to update this. And we can now see that I'm now 20% the way through this particular purchasing opportunity or tender management process. And then if I want to, I can come up to opportunities and opportunity reports. I've got all the usual opportunity reports which I could usually run, and it's also reflected in our pipeline. So if I open up the pipeline, we can see we've got our different stages available, and if we have a look down here, I can see I've got one opportunity that is currently sitting in the tender received stage, and I can see its value and how far the way through the tender we are.